urban balcony gardening has become an incredibly popular and practical solution for city dwellers looking to bring nature into their homes and make the most out of small spaces. As urban areas continue to grow, people are realizing that having a backyard or even a large garden isn't always possible. But with a little creativity and thoughtful planning, anyone with access to a balcony can create their own garden oasis, regardless of whether they live in a high-rise apartment or a compact studio. The beauty of urban balcony gardening lies in its ability to offer a natural retreat within a busy, concrete-filled environment. Not only can you create a beautiful space that's filled with greenery, but you can also grow your own fresh food, whether it's herbs for cooking, vegetables, or even small fruits. It's a perfect way to reconnect with nature, reduce your carbon footprint, and enjoy homegrown produce. Let's dive into how you can get started with transforming your balcony into a productive, green paradise. The first thing you should consider when planning your balcony garden is how much sunlight your space receives. Balcony gardens are typically subjected to varying levels of sunlight depending on their orientation and the time of day. So it's crucial to figure out what your plants will need in terms of light exposure. You might have a balcony that gets full sun throughout the day, partial sun for a few hours, or only a small amount of light. Understanding the sunlight your balcony gets will help you choose the right plants for your space. For balconies with full sunlight, you can grow sun-loving plants like tomatoes, peppers, basil, or cucumbers, which require long hours of sunlight to thrive. If your balcony is shaded for part of the day or even most of it, you'll want to look for shade-tolerant plants. Lettuce, spinach, kale, arugula, and certain herbs like parsley and mint do well in less sunny conditions. Once you know what kind of sunlight your balcony gets, it's time to move on to selecting plants that suit your space. You might want to mix things up by growing a combination of herbs, flowers, and vegetables, ensuring you have a variety of plants that can thrive together. After determining the light conditions, it's also essential to assess the amount of space available for planting. Small balconies can still host a diverse garden, but you'll need to be strategic in how you arrange the plants. For those with limited space, consider vertical gardening. Vertical gardening is a technique that allows you to grow plants upward rather than outward, making it perfect for balconies with limited floor space. Vertical planters, trellises, hanging baskets, and wall-mounted shelves can all be used to grow plants upwards, leaving space on the ground for other uses like seating or walking around. For example, you can grow climbing vegetables like beans and peas on a trellis, or use a vertical planter for herbs like thyme, basil, and oregano. Even with limited space, you can maximize your balcony garden's potential by thinking vertically. Another creative idea is to hang planters along your balcony railing or use rail planter boxes. These planters are great for herbs or even small flowers, adding a pop of color while utilizing space that might otherwise go unused. The key to balcony gardening, especially in small spaces, is making use of every square inch creatively. Once you've chosen the plants and figured out the layout of your garden, it's time to start gathering the necessary materials. A successful balcony garden requires a few basic tools and supplies to get started. The most important thing you'll need is quality potting soil. Potting soil differs from regular garden soil in that it's specifically designed to drain well and prevent your plants from sitting in water, which could lead to root rot. It's worth investing in a good organic potting mix that will provide your plants with the nutrients they need to grow strong and healthy. When selecting containers, make sure to choose ones with good drainage holes. You want the excess water to drain away, so that your plant's roots don't become waterlogged. Containers with proper drainage also ensure that your plants receive the appropriate moisture without the risk of drowning. If you're growing vegetables, make sure your containers are deep enough for the plant's roots to grow. For example, tomatoes need a deep pot to allow their roots to spread out and grow properly. Along with pots and soil, you'll also need basic gardening tools such as a watering can or spray bottle, pruners or scissors for trimming, and a small rake or shovel for mixing the soil. Now that you have your materials, it's time to start planting. When you plant, it's important to follow the proper techniques to ensure the health of your plants. If you're using seeds, read the seed packets carefully to ensure you plant at the right depth. If you're using seedlings or small plants, make sure to loosen the roots gently before placing them in the pots. When filling your containers, leave enough space at the top so you can water your plants without the water spilling over. For each plant, make sure to give it enough space to grow and avoid overcrowding. You want each plant to have sufficient room for its roots to spread and to receive enough light, air, and water. After planting, give your plants a gentle watering. It's best to water early in the morning or in the evening when temperatures are cooler to prevent rapid evaporation. As your plants begin to grow, be mindful of the watering needs. They may require more frequent watering during the hot summer months or when the soil begins to dry out. Once you've planted your garden, it's time to maintain it. One of the most important aspects of garden maintenance is watering. Overwatering is a common mistake for many gardeners, as it can lead to root rot, while underwatering can cause the plants to dry out. To find the right balance, stick your finger into the soil. If the soil feels dry a few inches down, it's time to water. It's best to water thoroughly, ensuring the water reaches the plant's roots, but avoid letting the plants sit in water for too long. Container plants tend to dry out faster than plants in the ground, so regular watering is crucial. Another important aspect of garden maintenance is fertilizing. Just like humans need food to grow, plants need nutrients to thrive. You can choose organic fertilizers that provide a slow release of nutrients, or use compost to enrich your soil. Be careful not to over-fertilize, as this can damage the plants. Once your plants begin to grow, you may also need to prune them regularly to remove dead or yellowing leaves and promote healthy growth. Pruning will help your plants focus their energy on new growth and encourage them to grow stronger. For herbs like basil, regular harvesting actually promotes more growth, so don't hesitate to snip off leaves and use them in your cooking. Like any gardening venture, balcony gardens sometimes face challenges. Pests are a common issue, especially in the warmer months. Aphids, snails, and caterpillars are some of the most common pests that can invade your garden. To avoid chemical pesticides, consider natural solutions such as neem oil, which is safe for both plants and the environment. Another option is to introduce beneficial insects like ladybugs, which help control aphid populations naturally. If you notice a problem with pests, act quickly to prevent the infestation from spreading. If your plants are showing signs of yellowing leaves or stunted growth, it could be a sign of nutrient deficiencies. Adding compost or organic fertilizer can help replenish the nutrients in the soil. In some cases, plants may not be getting enough sunlight. If this happens, consider moving the pots to a sunnier spot on your balcony or rotating the containers regularly to ensure all plants get enough light. A key benefit of balcony gardening is that it allows you to create your own peaceful, green retreat right at home. By incorporating creative elements like string lights, colorful planters, or decorative garden accessories, you can transform your balcony into a relaxing outdoor space. Consider adding comfortable seating so you can enjoy your garden and relax with a cup of coffee or tea. Some people even use their balcony gardens as small entertaining areas, hosting friends for outdoor meals or evening gatherings surrounded by greenery. The added greenery can also enhance your mental and emotional well-being, as gardening has been shown to reduce stress and improve mood. The process of nurturing plants from seed to harvest is incredibly rewarding, and it allows you to experience the cycle of life in a tangible way. As your balcony garden grows, so will your connection with nature. The joy of harvesting fresh herbs, vegetables, or even fruits from your own balcony is something that can't be replicated by buying produce at the store. Whether you're picking fresh basil for a homemade pasta dish, harvesting tomatoes for a salad, or plucking flowers to brighten up your living room, growing your own food and flowers provides a deep sense of satisfaction. It's also an eco-friendly choice, as it reduces the need for store-bought produce that has traveled long distances to reach your table, lowering your overall carbon footprint. Balcony gardening is not just about growing plants. It's about cultivating a lifestyle that values sustainability, mindfulness, and the environment. Over time, you'll find that your small balcony garden becomes an essential part of your routine and your home. It will not only brighten up your space, but also bring peace and joy into your life. In conclusion, urban balcony gardening is a fulfilling and practical way to create a greener, more sustainable living space. Whether you're starting with a few potted plants or transforming your entire balcony into a garden, there's no limit to the potential for what you can grow. From fresh herbs to vibrant flowers to homegrown vegetables, balcony gardening brings a slice of nature into the heart of the city. By following the right steps and dedicating some time to care for your plants, you can create a thriving urban garden that enhances your quality of life and contributes to a more eco-conscious lifestyle.